happy celebrations, while for others, they'll say it wasn't a very happy celebrations. But if there's one thing Nigerians were elated about, it was the fact that we did not have, you know, widespread mass attacks on people like we have seen in previous Yuletide seasons. Some people have made jokes out of it, saying that, oh, everyone had a blast, including the terrorists, referring to the U.S. missile that was struck in Sokoto State. Anyway, Miati Ala Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, well, one of their leaders, he says he's speaking for the group, but he may well be speaking for himself, as some Northerners have come out to say that they're not happy with what some of their leaders are saying. But are you surprised that MACBAN, Sheikh Gumi, and some other Northerners are against the U.S. strike and the attack on terrorists?
I am not surprised, because that is their character. When somebody is acting out of character, you should not be surprised. And the only reason why these people have continued to behave in this way is because Nigerians have, we are giving a lot for these people. You know, but when people say they're not all Fulanis, it's not all Katoriaras. But when the leadership is talking like this, are they not talking for the generality of the people? If it is an ordinary member or, you know, roadside person is talking, I'll say okay. But this is the leadership speaking for the group. That means this is their stock in trade. Let nobody be surprised. How will it backfire? In what way? In what way? Is there anything we have not done for these people to give peace a chance? Many states have called them, come and take land if that is what you are looking for. We provide you everything you need to do your business. They said no. The government have provided Roga, provided cattle colony, all manner of things just to please them. Yeah, they don't want it. They prefer to go into people's farm and rape women in their farms.
The problem is they are saying it could backfire. It could affect civilians. It could affect innocent people who are just going about their duties. And when it comes to striking terrorists, we've seen situation whereby the Nigerian military actually mistakenly struck civilians. Or the U.S. cannot make such a mistake.
They should leave that to the U.S. and their precision bombing.
Don't you think it will pose a problem for this administration if the U.S. should actually mistakenly bomb Nigerian civilians?
In any matter like this, there will be collateral damage. But is it not better that the main target is achieved?
We have to bear in mind that these collateral damage are actually human beings, people with flesh and blood, people who do not want to leave their ancestral land due to the activities of these terrorists. Why are they good enough to be collateral damage?
Now, listen, in a normal setting, these same people you claim to be innocent, have they not been routinely kidnapped and at times killed? What do you make of that? When these people go on their rampage, don't some people die? People die. So I don't see why this should be a very big problem. If the 90-95% target is met, then any other thing is, yes, it is expected. In any war, somebody must die, but let the main target be achieved. That's what I'm after. And America is doing that so well. So well. So telling us it could backfire. Backfire what? The people you are kidnapping, what did they do to you? The people you are killing in their farm, what did they do to you? The over 600,000 people in IDP camp from Benue, what did they do to you? Those ones, it did not backfire, it did not. It is not that America wants to stop your rascality. It is, you now remember that it can backfire. Really? Let them keep their summons to themselves. We are not interested. If they don't want anything to backfire, why can't they give peace a chance? If there is peace in Nigeria, will anybody be talking of backfire or even bombardment? They should be asking themselves the question, how did we cause all this problem? Yes, that's the first question. How did we cause this problem? When you answer that question, they begin to talk of backfiring. No matter what they try to do now, this bombing must continue until they surrender or they leave Nigeria, because they are not from here.
When you say they're not from here, it makes it look like they are not elements within Nigeria that actually support them or that are a part of them. If they're not from here, how come the federal government keeps telling us that they're going to reveal who the terrorist sponsors are amongst Nigerians? So it's like we keep blaming our West African neighbors for our problem. If they are a problem, why are our borders porous to allow these elements to infiltrate our communities?
They are not from here. The facts are there. If they are from here, why would they sack people in Benue and Plateau and take over their village and stay there and rename it, and they occupy their homes? If I have a home, why would I leave my own home and go and occupy another person's home? It's not possible now. So the facts are there that they are not from here. That is the truth. They are causing problem in Nigeria. That means they are not from here. They should go back to where they came from. That's what we are saying. Until they do that, the bombing must continue.
All right, then let's now look at the controversial tax laws, which has actually been a source of concern for many Nigerians. You know, on my way to work this morning, I was trying to withdraw money, and even the person who was doing the POS, she was very embittered. She was really lamenting. She was saying, I don't know what these tax laws portend for me, but I think I might have to change this business. I don't want a situation whereby money is moving from one account to the other and is being taken. Why does the federal government want to take our money? What exactly are they using it for? You know, it's been a whole lot of lamentation, despite the fact that the FIRS and Taiwo Yedele himself has been trying to educate Nigerians. Well, would you say that there has not been proper orientation? Because even some people within National Assembly, even Atiku Abubakar, are saying these laws need to be suspended, especially with the recent controversial development or revelation, whereby a member of the National Assembly was saying, look, this was not what we passed as being gazetted. In fact, FIRS posted just yesterday that if you fail to, there's a way they put it, say if you fail to pay your tax or to submit your taxable income, you'll be fined 200,000 naira. Then you have to pay double the tax that you did not pay with interest at the current CBN rate as at the time the person defaulted on that tax. And I made a comment. I said, is this not overburdening already burdened Nigerians? Because we say someone did not pay tax on maybe 100,000 naira, then you want to fine them 200,000 plus 100% surcharge on the tax that was not paid, plus interest at the CBN rate, which can climb up to 18, 10, 18, 19, 20, 25, 23, 13%. Do you go with what Atiku is saying?
You are expecting the citizens to be sincere and tax compliant, but you who is the operator, you who is the leadership giving the order, are you sincere? You cannot give what you don't have. If you want people to obey paying their tax and all that, then you must be sincere in implementing the tax reform. The tax reform, is it not this one that is now shrouded in controversy? You want people to be sincere and all that. You too, are you sincere? It will be difficult too, because look, no matter how they look at this, it will be very difficult. Because the system to power this tax reform is not there. It's not there. It is open to exploitation. It is open to extortion. The banks are going to have a fee day in people's account in the name of tax reform. That's the truth. Most illiterate bankers, they don't even know when money has been taken away from their account. They won't know. They won't know until you call a forensic expert to help you check. And the illiterate bankers, they don't even know what is forensic audit and all that. And so there will be heavy exploitation and extortion in people's accounts. That's the truth. A very good example was that of Innocent Motors. If that man was not a very rich man, which business will you remove 24 billion naira and the business is still standing? That was how much one bank took away from his account until he asked his forensic auditor to look into it, and this was discovered. 24 billion naira in one man's account. And so this happened without the tax reform. Oh. Now that this thing has come, you think it will be over? Or do you think that man was the only person that the bank had been making his account? No. There are many more. It's just that they have not taken time to go through their statements and see what is happening there. So all the threats, it will end up in court. Oh. It will end up in court. I'm sure of that. It will end up in court. Let them be ready.
So who will take it to court? The Reps Minority Caucus has called for a suspension of the tax laws.
Yes.
This is the House of Reps now. Part of them saying, look, this should be suspended. We do not think that the people, I mean, the time is ripe for this. And also, do you think that this might actually send Nigerians back to the streets? Or maybe not back to the streets, but like there may be a large, disobedience amongst the people who feel like the government is not deserving of their taxes?
Of course, because the ones we paid before, we don't know where they are. Up to today, we are still looking for 210 trillion naira from NNPCL. All we are hearing is that the money was misplaced, but it is not missing. Where did you misplace it? Is it in somebody's pocket or in somebody's bank account? Bring it out now. They have not. They have not. Meanwhile, the federal government of Nigeria is writing off a debt owed by NNPC. Can you imagine?